And what has really, really helped me along the way is mindfulness meditation. Because what I do now, when I get ready to, before I speak or before I get ready to do an act, or whenever I get upset or agitated or a little apprehensive, I just stop and center myself. I take my deep breath in. And I do that a few times because I want to be present in my conversations, in my interactions, in my actions and reactions. And a lot of times we have a lot of things on our mind that we be thinking about, and we be in the conversation with people. But then there's a lot of other things going on in our mind, like maybe things that's going on in the home or financial realities. A lot of those things tend to be on our minds while we having conversations with people, not really giving them our undivided attention and not able to receive maybe a message or a word or something that God wants to use from another person. And so I always like to center myself. I always like to be present. And I always lack in my mindfulness, meditation, breathing in the breath. That reminds me of the computer software. So I have an iPhone, and sometimes I would look at it and wonder why it's going so slow, right? And then once I look at my apps, I have a whole lot of apps still open. So I might have 25 different apps open, right? Which really slowed down the computer, right? And so in order for me to get the computer to work at optimum speed, I have to close those windows out that I'm not using, right? And so it is with life. Life, we have so many windows open. We have the window open from our child abuse when we were children, our mental abuses, our physical abuses, our hurts, our pains, those things that happen in our lives that we don't forgive ourselves for. Many things that didn't go right in life that we probably figured was our fault, or we figured that we could have done better. Oh, why did I do this instead of that? And so we have a lot of open windows, that has been open in our minds ever since we probably were children. And so because all of those windows have been open and we have not dealt with those issues, then it stymies us or prevents us from being our great self. And so if we have multiple abusive relationships and we have those applications still open, then we wonder, why is it so difficult to be in a lasting relationship? And it's like that because 4 or 5 bad relationship windows are open. And so once we go into a new application or a new relationship, those past windows that's opened up with bad relationships stops us from being great in our new relationship, because of those windows being open, it's application that's affecting our presence. And so we could never be in a good or great relationships if we don't close out the old relationships. And it's very simple. Anytime those things pop up, you take a deep breath, you be mindful with it, and you release that and delete that stuff and close that application out. And I'm saying it's like that in every conversation we have. We got maybe 100,000 applications still still open, you know. And so I try in my mind when I'm in a conversation with a person, I do my breathing exercise because I want to be present. I don't just want to hear them, I want to listen to what somebody is telling me instead of being present or being there but not present, being absent. So I just some random thoughts, man. I think about these things in life, and I think life now is